chance here for Huddersfield, which is swept in by Josh Karoma.
Flips this one in, goes to the far post. Naviyama with the goal.
Good evening, one and all. Welcome back to the channel. Of course, we're back for another match preview tonight for you, obviously ahead of the game this weekend. Obviously a huge game, massive Yorkshire derby, of course, against Leeds United, coming to the Johnson Stadium. Obviously, first things first, we've got a lot of pride to restore after that embarrassment earlier on in the season at their place. Obviously, we're going to get into the game and how I see things and that. But obviously, first of all, obviously, before we get into the preview, so I just want to say thank you to everyone that's obviously checked out my latest video. Obviously, a very personal video to me. I was happy that I put it out there because I think it's so important to speak out about things that you're passionate about, but also be true to yourself. And like I said, I've not really covered that part of my life on the channel before, and that's part of who I am. So I wanted to shine a light on my journey, my story, with the hope that it would inspire, help people to be able to be themselves as well, in a society that is by far less accepting. Of course, we're in a position in this country, especially, where we can be ourselves at least. Obviously, I don't take that for granted because I look around the world and I think, wow, people, some people's privileges of that, they don't even get to do that. They don't even get to be themselves, and if they are open about themselves, then it's seen as a crime and a punishment, and they'll get punishment for it. So, look, that breaks my heart. But I long for a day where we have a world that is full of acceptance for whoever you are. And obviously, I had some lovely comments on the video, which I really appreciate. But obviously, as human nature goes by, you do get down when you do put the video out about, obviously, me being gay, and obviously my sexuality, being very open about my sexuality. Obviously, losing a few subscribers now. I'm not gonna lie, I did take it to heart initially, but then I came to the realization that, I don't want people on my channel that don't support who I am. I want people to support the content, but I also want people to support who I am as well. And the reality is I came to the realization that, those people that decide to unsubscribe, that's their choice. But I'm not particularly bothered really, and good riddance, because I don't want homophobic people on my channel anyway, for a start. This channel, I like to see it as an accepting space for everybody in the chat, that come onto my channel. It's a safe, inclusive environment for anybody to come on and say what they want to say. So, look, it's their loss, not mine. I don't care. I've lost a few subscribers, so what? I have a lovely community that, the people that continue to come back and support me and my channel. I appreciate you all, and who you know who you all are. You know that. So listen, that's just put to bed now. I'm not bothered about subscribers. I've got a lovely little community going on here, and I just love. It's just an escape for me, because like I say, I make no mistake about my mental health struggles as well and things, and this does give me escape, an escape to come on and speak to people on here, obviously via the chat, and just do something that takes my mind off my own thoughts really. So yeah, but anyway, that's what I want to say about that. We are going to get into the show now. We're going to say a few of those first though before we do get into the show. Oris is in, big up. He says, well, today, he says, huge derby between the two teams, and for me, derby matches form always goes out of the window. It'll be interesting to see the derby with the new manager as well. Yeah, well, big up to yourself. Thank you for dropping in. Yeah, obviously it's a huge derby. And yeah, I agree. I think form does go out the window. And all this obsession with favourites, this, favourites, that. Whether it's a derby or not, I don't buy all that. I really don't. Because if you watch the Championship, you'll realise that favourites, it doesn't actually matter who's favourites because anything is possible in the Championship. And we've seen it. We've seen it not just this season. We've seen it many seasons before. You know, anybody, if you're at the bottom and a team's at the top, it doesn't mean, you know, you're going to lose. You know, and I think we've seen a few examples of that. So yeah, I agree with you there. Yeah, obviously the first home match for the new manager, so we'll give him a huge welcome. And yeah, obviously the place will be pretty full tomorrow, to be honest with you. Obviously keep checking the sales, and yeah, it's pretty full, more or less full tomorrow. So you know, we need to be that difference in the stadium as well. And yeah, he'll get a good ovation, because I feel like, you know, with the manager, I feel like already we've already taken to him. He's not even been here long, but the first impressions, the way he's going about his business, I just think it's just brilliant. You know, we've all come on board with what he's trying to do. And listen, I love him already. So you know, and that, you know, it's only just going to keep growing that as time goes on. So yeah, but yeah, well said there. I agree with everything you said. Hello, mate. Hope you're okay. Big up to you, Aidan. Hope you're okay. Thanks for tuning in as always. As well as Oris is always here as well. Proud of you doing that video. Yeah, absolutely. Like I say, I wanted to do. I wanted to do it obviously for LGBT History Month, and yeah, I just wanted to shine light on my story really, and you know, I've spoken about it on the channel before, and I wanted to hopefully help people out there, inspire people, and just be that role model for people that maybe, you know, are earlier on in their journeys of maybe coming to terms with who they are and things like that. I just want to help, really, and be the voice for people that, yeah, because I've been there. I remember very much at the start. I didn't accept who I was, because I've always accepted who I was, and I pretty much knew I was different from very, very early on anyway. But I just mean that I always, when you first come, I know how it feels before you come out, basically, of how the emotions you go through, the loneliness you feel, you know, the kind of scared about what's gonna be said and things like that, and all those negative emotions that you feel. So I just want to help that person that is struggling now, maybe with that, and just, yeah, I just wanted to do something positive, really, and be open about that, really. But yeah, thank you for that. Smash the likes if you are new. We all hate Leeds. Thank you very much. Always plugging those likes and subscriptions there, honest. I appreciate that. And yeah, we all do hate the Leeds scum, of course. So yeah, I agree. Town fans will be important for tomorrow. Make those loud noise and support the team. Yeah, it will. Like I say, we have to be that 12th, you know, 12th man, 12th person. I don't like saying man, really. 12th person in the stadium, obviously, and yeah, really get behind the lads from minute one, and, you know, keep, you know, push, you know, help them, because it does make a big difference, you know. Like I said, the stadium will be pretty much full tomorrow, so yeah, it's set up to be a good atmosphere. But yeah, I agree there. So let's get into it then, because I have kind of been waffling on for the last 10 minutes about stuff that's meaningful, but we are here to talk about the game, so let's get into it. So yeah, as I said, obviously it is Andre's first home game, the John Smiths. Sure, been looking forward to this moment since he arrived. So yeah, tomorrow's finally the day. Like I say, it is a lunchtime kickoff tomorrow. It is live on Sky Sports, and you know, the Sky cameras will be watching, and hopefully we can put on a show for the cameras. But most important, I don't care if the Sky cameras, but we have to perform, and we have to win. You know, that's as far as I'm concerned. So the opposition. Let's get into the opposition. Obviously, Leeds did get relegated, finishing 19th last season in the Premier League. Obviously, Daniel Farke is their manager. They've had a really strong season, to be fair. They've done really well. Obviously, sitting second place at the moment with 72 points. like I said, the manager, obviously, I know the manager from obviously Norwich, most notably, obviously, he did do well at Norwich as well, didn't he? Which I remember. He's been a few other places as well. Last time out, obviously Leeds did win 3-1 against Leicester. And their starting 11 were as follows: Meslier in goal. They do play 4-2-3-1. Gray, Rodon, Ampadu, and Firpo at the back, I believe. The two holding of Groove and Kamara. They've got Nonto, Rute, and Somerville with Puru up front. So that's their formation. That's their team that they set up last night. Like I say, I think if you look at that team, I think it's more or less going to be the same tomorrow. I would say. I don't think there's going to be any changes there. Formation, like I said, they do like the 4-2-3-1. They predominantly go with that. They've only changed that system on 2 occasions this season. They went to the 4-4-2 formation in them 2 other games. Like I said, they've got a solid midfield, haven't they? Obviously, a strong back 4. The structure obviously allows them to press in the final third. They're supported by 2 wingers. They often have 1 forward leading the line and a number 10 who can play as a supporting striker. So a bit like us, really, in a sense. Well, what we've been playing as well. Obviously, they're able to align a solid defence. Leeds can sit deep whilst being able to capitalise on committing men forward and pushing their centre-backs higher should they need to. So, yeah, look, that's kind of the formation that they do. I'm just going to get into the comments. Miles says, listen to your podcast earlier this week on your journey. Although not gay myself, I have several gay friends. I'm totally against any discrimination and nothing but admiration. Yeah, thank you very much, Miles. I appreciate that. I'm glad you took something away from my right, hang on a minute. Let me just right, here we are. Yeah, so I appreciate that, and obviously it's good to see that you are against that discrimination, and you have the admiration. So I appreciate that, and I'm glad you took something away from that different kind of show. Obviously, it's something different I was talking about. So yeah. So the ones to watch. Let me know your ones to watch in the chat, by the way. But I'll start, and we will go through the ones that you do think will be the focal points tomorrow. Let me know in the chat. But yeah, first up, I have to go with Somerville. I think obviously he's a brilliant player, let's be honest. He's been pretty much, obviously he's scored 15 times this season, assisting 8 times as well. He's quite young, full of pace, very skillful. He joined from Feyenoord in September a few years back. And yeah, like I say, he's one of the dangerous players for them for sure. And I think that, we're going to have to be on it. We're going to have to be on it. He's going to be making those runs. And it's very, even though it's very hard to stop people with pace, and I think that's why a lot of teams maybe go with pace nowadays. But he also has the end product, and his stats don't lie. But I just think it's not very hard to stop people with pace. But I think if you can just kind of just not give them the space to start with, then they won't have the space to be able to use that pace to their effect. So, yeah, Somerville, definitely a player that is going to be a strong player for them tomorrow, and he's going to be a big danger. So, yeah, we have to be careful with him. Next player I have to go with is Rute. So he did arrive from Hoffenheim last January for a big fee, a club record fee. I think it was about £35 million they spent on Rute. So he's 21 years of age, he's still very young. Centre forward, as I said, he's only found the back of the net 6 times this season, so he's not, he's assisted 13. He's actually assisted quite a few as well, to be fair. So it's assisted on 13 occasions, and obviously they'll be looking to build on that this weekend. And he's only been absent for their opening fixture of this campaign. Actually, he struggled in the Premier League, I seem to remember, and I think he's slowly finding his feet, but I just know that if he does get a chance in that box and we give him space, he's going to score. So yeah, we have to be wary of him for sure. I will read your comments, guys, in a minute. I'm just going to do my final player, and then we will get into the comments. I haven't forgotten about you all in the chat. For me, final player has to be Ethan Ampadu. Obviously, he signed permanently from Chelsea last summer. Like I say, he's really made his mark at Leeds. I think, really good midfield, obviously a midfielder. He's played every minute this season as well. 23, still very young. He's kind of shifted to that defensive midfield position. He's kind of the operator where obviously his job is to obviously win the ball back in the centre there, and he's also played at centre back as well. So he's very versatile, but he's also obviously shows that maturity that he's got in his young years. But yeah, he's another good player, and I think that's why I've kind of picked him, because he has been a main player in the team this season in terms of minutes. So he's a key player for them. So that's why I've gone with him too. And he has got a lot of quality. He's good on the ball, and yeah, we just have to get in his face and make it uncomfortable for not just for him, but for every player that we come up against tomorrow. We just have to get in the faces as much as we can and be aggressive. Anyway, we're going to get into the chat. So that's my 3 players. Adis says players to watch: Somerville, Nonto, and Rute. Yeah, Nonto is another player that I really like. I think I don't like him because he's at Leeds, but I think his ability. I'm on about his ability. I think he's a good player. But yeah, I don't like him. I never like anybody that plays for them up the road. But you know what I mean. I think he's a good player. So that's a good shout with Nonto. And you've gone with the other 2 that I've gone with as also, yeah. Wants to watch his Nonto. He looks deadly. Yeah, he is, isn't he? He's deadly, isn't he? Honest. I think he is a player that, again, full of pace. He's got skill. He knows where the back of the net is. He loves assisting. And yeah, he's a tricky player to come up against, and that's the reality. So yeah, indeed there. Miles says Somerville and Rute could be doubtful, I believe. Oh, is it? All right. I haven't. Maybe that's Daniel Farker playing mind games. If that's what he said in his press conference. I don't know what he said in his press conference, to be honest with you. But if he said that they're doubtful, that might be a bit of mind games going on there. But we'll have to see. But I'm just kind of taking it as if they will be fit. But if they are missing, then that's obviously good for us. But yeah. We're up for the challenge. We have to be up for it tomorrow. There's no, if you can't get up for a derby, there's seriously something wrong. You shouldn't be playing professional football if you can't get up for a derby. A game of this magnitude. Yeah, you don't need any motivation from anybody to get up for this game and do your absolute best, because ultimately this. Derbies mean a lot to the fans, even more so. To win against your rivals. Should we all agree in the chat here? To win against your rivals just means that bit more, doesn't it? That it'll feel more than a win, if you get me. And yeah, there's nothing better than beating your rivals. But of course, on the other spectrum, there's nothing worse than losing to your rivals as well. Because yeah, it's just. I've never took losses very good anyway, but I think if you lose to your rivals, I think it just makes you feel even more rubbish, I suppose. So yeah, let's get the fans. This game, derby games, it means everything to the fans. So you have to perform in these games because derby. I think when you look to the start of the season, and you look at the fixtures, you look at the games that are the derby games maybe, And these are the games that you have in your calendar. And I think, yeah, that's why they're just that. They're not more important than every game is important, of course, but I just mean that if it's if it's a rival, it's a derby, it's just that extra bit more, if you get me. So yeah, I think that's how I see it really. Ori says first aim is to try and get an early goal, or even the first goal. Yeah, I mean obviously, the start will be important. I think if we can get an early goal, shock them early on, that'll really help us. And then we know if we do get an early goal, we'll try and get another goal as well, because that's how we play now. So yeah, I agree. But like I said, even if it's not an early goal, just the first goal. If we can get the first goal, that would be crucial. If we go behind, I don't think it's the end of the world if we go behind, because I think this team has shown they've got character. And obviously, being at home as well, the fans will still keep going. I think the fans will be a massive factor tomorrow, from minute 1 to the 90 odd minutes, however long we play. The fans have to be on it, but I do believe they will be, because I think there'll be that extra buzz because it is a derby game. The sense that the atmosphere has been good, to be fair, the past few games, and I've really enjoyed it. But I just mean that in a derby game, I think there's just that extra noise level as well, because it's a fixture that we all kind of get buzzed for, But yeah, I agree. Getting the first goal, even if it's not an early goal, it'll be crucial. So good point there, Orist. Miles says the town fans will be an important factor. Yeah, they will. They'll be massive. We have to make home advantage count, and yeah, we just have to, because the whole point of being at home is you need to make that home advantage count. And like I said, we've got a lot of unfinished business to do, especially that fixture earlier in the season at their place. I think revenge comes to mind, because yeah, I was just totally unacceptable the way we performed on that day, the approach to the game, the players that was utilising the positions. I'm not going to go over it. We all know what happened, but it was just a shocking day many shocking days at the office at the start of the season. But I think that was just the tip of the iceberg, really. To go there, we knew it was going to be tough, but to go there and perform and literally just get turned over, absolutely, thrashed. It's just not acceptable for me. And can talk about how good Leeds are any day of the week, but the reality is the way we performed on that day was not one of any acceptable nature whatsoever. So yeah, that's if these players have to take accountability, and they've got a lot of pride to restore tomorrow in this fixture. So yeah, I don't want to go back to that game. We have to focus on the future. But yeah, the fans tomorrow, we have to do that. We have to, be loud from minute 1. Ace Casino literally said those words, what you said. I love what he said in his press conference. Yeah, I did as well, actually. I obviously listened to him before Andrea came on. We will cover some of the quotes that Andrea did say, because I haven't actually had a chance to actually do a few quotes from him yet in the streams that I've done. So we're going to cover a few of the quotes that he said in the yesterday, wasn't it? It was yesterday. He spoke to the media, so we'll cover those. But yeah, Kasumu spoke very well. I agree, and brilliant to see him take to the mic to speak to the media. But anyway, let's get into our perspective then, because obviously team news first of all. Yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of team news that obviously a few bad things potentially. Well, not potentially, a few big blows in this team news that I'm about to read out here. But there's some big positives as well, of course. Sorba Thomas, it has been back in training all week, so he's been training for the full week. The reason he did miss last week's game, I did say it was for personal reason. It was because obviously his partner did give birth at the weekend, so that's why he had to return back home, and that's why he missed the game against Watford. Delano Bergzorg is fine, which is brilliant news. He came off, didn't he? But he was only struggling with cramp towards the end against Watford, so it wasn't anything serious. It was just purely fatigue because he hasn't played that much football as he this season at all. So I can understand that, and he worked hard the time he was on the pitch. So fair play to him. He running himself down to the ground, and he had to come off because he had cramps. So he did what he did. He was at his maximum and more for the time he was on. So that's what we like to see. Radoni obviously had a swollen ankle from that game, but returned to training on Wednesday. It would have been. So Radoni will be back. Radoni will be fine. So Radoni is there. Hogg has got a back issue that's being monitored. But let me tell you, Jonathan, it will take an awful lot for the general to pull out of a game with this man shield. He knows more than anybody in that squad. He's been here a long time. He's Huddersfield through and through. He knows more than anybody in that squad how much this fixture means, and he will do everything to be in this fixture. So, yeah, I think, yes, he's got a back injury, but I think, he's one of those players that I expect him to be available because he'll just be prepared to play through that pain barrier for the team. So, like I said, you can get through games if your back's kind of still not great. So, he's a warrior, he's Hoggy, we know what he's like. So, I think Hogg, even though he's a bit of a down, I think he will be in the team. A big blow, obviously, Balka is out this weekend, which again, we could have done with his pace at the back this weekend, couldn't we? Because if you look at the back line, we haven't got much pace at all, and it's, it does worry me a little bit, but we are where we are, unfortunately. We've never really had pace in that back line much in recent times, so we're just going to have to deal with it. But yeah, Balka missing is a huge loss. There is a hope that he will be back for the Cardiff game in midweek. Of course, we do travel to Cardiff on Wednesday evening, so it's a double. Well, it's 3 games in a week, isn't it, from tomorrow? We've got a busy schedule this week. Mikael Helik, though, a big boost. He will be back. He has been making some really positive steps, and he returned to train on Monday. So massive news. We've missed him so much, and yeah, even though Andre did say the decision will be made on him today, I think if he's trained all week and he's come through that, I think he has to play. So he'll be ready. So yeah, Helik back, huge boost. It's been a bit of a frustrating injury, hasn't it, for him, really? We've wanted to keep, because he's such a vital player, it feels like he's been out for longer than he actually has. But he's only been out for a few weeks, but it feels like it's been double that for me, because he's such a crucial player to us at the back. But yeah, the brick wall is back. Headley is back in training, I believe, and will also be assessed to face Leeds. So I think it might be too early to put him in, but he might be on the bench potentially. I don't think he'll start though. But if he's back, then that's good. That's another option for us. So happy days. Bojan was left on the bench for the Watford games. We know he had a bit of a fever though in the build to that. It's kept him out training this week. But he will be an option for the bench, so he won't be starting. Andre's confirmed, but he will be on the bench to potentially come on. Another massive blow, potentially. Brodie Spencer is also now feeling unwell, and he's touch and go for the weekend. I mean, how's your luck? This guy, we know what he's done since he's come into the squad. We needed him more. We need him massively, tomorrow. The fact it's an illness, he will have had 48 hours. So it's very much touch and go. And if we are missing him, it's going to be huge. But I'm just going to be hopeful and optimistic, and hopefully he will be okay. But yeah, if he's out, I don't even know what to say. It's just going to be a huge loss if he's not in the team. But yeah, anyway, we'll get into the comments because I've missed a few. Aiden says the brick wall is back in training. Yeah, he is. So we still have to wait. The partnership between Balka and Helik, that would have been beautiful to see this weekend. But obviously, we have to wait. I said when Balka came in, I can't wait for these two to play together because they complement each other so well. But we're still having to wait on that. So hopefully we'll see that soon. But unfortunately, not this weekend. So the wait goes on for that. But yeah, brilliant to see the brick wall back. Miles, remember how quick Hogg returned after his horrific neck injury a few years ago? Yeah, very good point, Miles. You know, it'll take a lot for him to not be available. Yeah, it's a back injury, I get that, but this is a derby game, you know, and like I said, he will want to be involved, because he knows what it means, but also he thrives upon these occasions, I think, and I think he'll be in the squad with me. But yeah, like I say, it takes a lot for Hoggy to be out for a long time, and like I say, I think he'll be fine. Like I said, this weekend. So this is where I'm going to get into my lineup. So it is your time as well to get your lineups in the chat. So let me know what you think about. Let me know which lineup you will go with, and I'll go through mine. My lineup is very hopeful because obviously we have gone through a few injuries, and obviously I'm kind of hoping that these players will be available rather than they will be, because obviously, like I say, there's a few players in there that are doubts, 50-50s. So, but I still put them in there because I just want to see our best team out ultimately. Well, we all do, don't we? So I think this is the team that I will go with this weekend, though. Let me get the graphic up here. Here we are. So this is my lineup, and I do want to kind of, like I said, I do usually explain why I've gone for this. I would like us to go to the back four this time. I know we played the three. We played the three at the back, didn't we, against Watford? 3-4-1-2, wasn't it? 3-4-1-2, yeah, against Watford. But I just think the back four. I think we have to go with the back four here, I'm afraid. So obviously Nichols, in goal, no questions there. Like I said, Spencer is a doubt, but I still want to remain hopeful and positive that he will be in. If Spencer isn't back, though, I will put Nakayama in there. So I'll put Nakayama in Spencer's place if he isn't able to make it. So Helik, I expect him to be back now. So Helik at the back, massive player for us, as we know. So it's good to see him back. And he'll be a vital player in that back line for us. Tom Lee is obviously partnering him there. Now I've gone for Kasumu at right back as well. I think he obviously played that position. Yeah, I know he's played maybe third forward in the right wing back position, but I just think that he can still play right back as well. So he has played that a few times as well. So yeah, for me, and the reason I haven't gone with Pearson, I just fear for Pearson. You cannot have Pearson up against Somerville or whoever he'll be up against. I can't remember who their left-sided player is. Their left-sided player, let me just see, because I won't be able to tell you. I don't know who plays on the left. Jaden Anthony played there, but I don't think he would play in. Let's go to the league game. But yeah, Pearson's pace, it concerns me in that position. I don't think we can afford to play Pearson. As much as the Keithley Cannavaro, we love him to bits, I just think this game, just the pace worries me. And I know he has done well up against quick players before, and I've kind of mentioned it before, how Sorba Thomas will have to kind of get back and help out Pearson, you know, when he's been up against quick players before Pearson. But I don't know. I just have doubts about Pearson in this game, I'm afraid. I'm just trying to kind of have a look at Leeds' left-hand side here. See, yeah, it is Somerville. It's Somerville on that side. He's not going to be able to cope with Somerville. I'm sorry, but so yeah, that's why I put Kasumu in there. He's a bit quicker, a bit more mobile. So that's my reasoning behind that. Maybe it's a bit harsh on Pearson because he has played well recently, but I'm sure you'll understand it is for the best of the team. So yeah. Then we've got Matos, obviously, in that DM position there. What a machine he will be tomorrow, running that midfield like he does, being aggressive, getting tackles in. We can always count on him to do that, of course. And also, going forward, he will drive the team up the field as well when we have the ball. So he's the best of both worlds. He covers so much ground. Make no mistake, I love Matos. And surprisingly, I do go on about him a lot, but I love him. He's an absolute gem. He's a superstar for me. So yeah, Matos obviously starts. Hogg, obviously, I think Hogg will make it. As I said, he's not going to miss this game for anything. So yeah, Hogg in there. Then third forward, I'm going to go with Sorba Thomas, who is back, which is a big boost for us. I think we missed him a lot last weekend. Even though we did win last weekend, I think we did miss him in that fight. Of course we are. Of course we're going to miss him because he's been such a... The contributions he's made has been massive, hasn't it, for us? So it goes and assists this season. For me, Sorba is in the form that we saw at the very beginning when we first saw him, especially in that promotion, in that season we went to the playoff final. I think this is similar for me. The only thing I have about Sorba is crossing. I don't expect him to get crossing right every time. But sometimes he can be a bit wasteful with his crossing, but I don't expect him to get it right all the time, though. That's the thing. So, yeah, Sorba's doing just fine. I'm really happy that he's found form again. He's playing to the best of his abilities. I still know there's more in there, though, because Sorba, I always want a bit more out of these players because I know what they're capable of. So, but yeah, Sorba, big boost to have in that attacking line. Drive it, that Leeds defence causing problems. Obviously, Radone in the cam position, no doubt about it. Always tries to make things happen and good option. Like I say, he always starts if he's fit for me. Koroma on the left, I think Koroma's a great option to have on the left as well. A bit hit and miss with Koroma, but you can do something out of nothing. I think that's the big thing that he's got. So I think it's worth starting him. And I've gone for Bergs all the way. I know that people may say, Danny Ward, where's Danny Ward? I get it. I absolutely get it, yeah. But I just think Bergsorg, if we play in this formation, Ward, for me, doesn't really fit in. Because I don't think he can play as the lone striker. He just hasn't got the pace. And plus, Bergsorg has got a lot more pace about him. And I just feel like Bergsorg is the better option to, of course, lead the line. I think he's looked great and he's looked dangerous. He just needs to maybe sharpen up on his finishing. But yeah, that's my lineup for tomorrow. I think that's the best lineup. Aiden's gone through the lineup then. So 4-4-2 you've gone with. So a flat back four, same as me. So you've gone for Nichols in goal, Spencer, Lees, Hellick. You've gone for Nakayama. Yeah, Nakayama, yeah, to be fair, good shout. I get that. Radoni, obviously, with Matos and Hogg and Thomas. And you've gone for Bergsorg and Ward up front. Yeah, look, I get that the two up front do work. But the thing is, with my formation, yeah, technically Bergsorg won't be alone when he's attacking because he's obviously got his wingers that will come right by him. He's obviously got Radoni who will be in and around him as well. So it's not like it's a sole front man. Sometimes when you just see one man up front, it's deemed negative, but I don't think it is. I think that the formation that we set out here, if it was a 4-5-1, then maybe so, but it's not, obviously. It's a different formation. In fact, it's 4-2-3-1. So I think, yeah, for me, Bergsorg will definitely be the better option, in my opinion. But yeah, I would do like the lineups if, like I say, Nakayama, if he starts, I wouldn't be against that because he's done well. The other thing with Nakayama is, yes, he has moments where he obviously delivered a beautiful cross, obviously, for the goal last week, and that was great. But I looked at the overall game of Leeds last week, and I thought to myself, he didn't do badly, but I just think at times he did give the ball away too much. He was caught out of position a few times. Yeah. I just don't know. So I think maybe that's why I've gone with... who have I gone with instead of Can't remember now. Oh, I've gone with Kasumu. Yeah, I've gone with Kasumu, yeah. So yeah, I get the lineup. I do like it in. So thank you for your lineup there. Ward for Bergzorg after 60 minutes. Yeah, I mean, like I said, Bergzorg probably can't last. Bergzorg probably can't last longer than that, can he? Really? If he gives us 110% for 60 minutes, then that's what we want, don't we? If that's all he can manage for now, because like I said, he hasn't played much football. But yeah, so yeah, that's lineups. I don't think anybody else has posted their lineups, so we can move on. Look, like I say, I think the score predictions will be coming up very soon, by the way. But overall, my thoughts ahead of the game. Look, we're at home. It's a derby. Anything is possible in a derby. The championship is unpredictable, as we know. I don't buy all this favourites, that, because if you're saying, a team's a favourite, so they'll win, you obviously don't watch the championship. And I've seen comments from people saying, I don't see how we get the win tomorrow, and this, that, and other. Listen, we are going in as underdogs, yeah, and the fact is we like that because we've thrived upon that in the past, haven't we? Over the years, we've thrived upon the underdog tag that we've been labelled. All the pressure is on them in that case. If everybody's saying, the favourites is the most important team and all this and that. So the pressure's on them then. Therefore, if the pressure's on them, that means we can play our game and play with freedom then. And it will work in our favour ultimately. And I think that we'll go in there with a plan. We're not going to be going there to sit back and defend. We're going to go there. We're going to go into this game. We're at home. Right, regardless if we're at home or away to there, we're going to games now looking to win. So we're going to give it a good go. And yeah, we'll be up for it tomorrow. Definitely, we'll be up for it. Mate, correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't Ward have a good record of scoring for us against Leeds? To be honest, I don't know. I don't know. You might do. I'm not sure. I haven't really looked at that. To be honest with you, I can't really remember. But yeah, I'm just kind of thinking to myself about that winner that we had against Leeds, the Michael Hefele goal. That brings a smile to my face. We'd set off on that tomorrow. A last-minute goal, a last-minute winner against the scum. That would be unbelievable tomorrow. But yeah, look, we're going to have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, I'm not sure about that, Aidan. So I don't know if you can check or whatever. But yeah, I'm not sure. We gave Southampton a game. Why can't we give Leeds a game? Yeah, exactly. But I'm just tired of seeing people saying, it's going to be difficult tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. I see every game as difficult in the Championship. And I don't care what anyone says. Every game is different. Of course, the teams at the top have got more quality. Therefore, it is obviously more of a challenge. But every game is difficult in this league. And like I say, it is a derby, so I don't say it. Like I say, we gave Southampton a game. I bet those people that are saying we didn't have a chance against Southampton, yeah, are the ones that are saying this about this game as well. So, look, I don't want to say that I told you so after this game when we beat them or, maybe we get a draw. But we surely can compete at this level. And the fact is that we have seen the Championship, how it's unpredictable. You only have to look at last week. Look at last week, obviously. Millwall went to Southampton and won. I bet nobody gave Millwall a prayer last week of going to Southampton and winning. Like they didn't give a prayer that we would go to Southampton and win. But we nearly did win. It was just the fine moments of that start, that second half, wasn't it, that cost us ultimately. But yeah, so it's a derby. We're going to have to give it our best shot. And Miles says they might be a bit leggy after the Chelsea game midweek. I mean, yeah, good point. They obviously did play on Wednesday, didn't they? But I do think they did rest a few of their key players, to be fair. From what I've seen, I didn't watch the game, but I did see that they'd made a few changes. But yeah, like I said, the core group of the squad had to play. So they may be. Yeah, I think they actually arrested quite a few, to be honest with you. No, they didn't. To be fair, they didn't really. There were a couple. There were a couple of changes, but nothing major. So yeah, they might be a bit leggy, but we just have to go. We just have to go into this game and you know and show what we're about. And as long as we perform to our best and we give it everything and we don't embarrass ourselves like we did at their place, then I'll be relatively happy. But then I won't, because if we don't come away with anything, then it's pointless, isn't it? And that's the harsh reality. But I think what we're in control of here is if we play to our best, that's all we can ask, really. So I think if we're looking at it like that, that's what I just want to see. I just want to see us give it a go, cause them problems, put them under pressure, get in the face, you know, get stuck in, you know, and just give them a good game and yeah, you know, and win. I just would love to see us win this game, but listen, I just don't know what will happen. Coventry Leicester is a derby. Leicester at favourites, but Coventry beat Leicester 3-1. Exactly. So that's another example, Aidan, where you've just said there. The Championship. I mean, to be fair, Coventry are up there as well, so it is a bit of a different kind of comparison. But to be fair, Leicester were favourites going into that game, and they still managed to lose. So I get what you're saying. So yeah, I don't take any notice of who's favourites, who's not. To be honest with you, it doesn't bother me at all. I think some of the Leeds players will be a bit tired after that chance again in the FA Cup. Yeah, Horace, yeah, they will. As I said, they do. I think they did rest a few players, but obviously they had to still play their core group of the squad that they'll be starting on Saturday. So yeah, they will be a bit leggy. But as I said, we just have to look at what we're doing, and we have to just, you know, perform to how we can perform. You know, the fans will be there. We'll be ready to be loud and really help the team from the very first moment. And yeah, that's it really. So we're going to get into score predictions. So let me know your score predictions in the chat. Which way do you think this will go? Let me know in the chat. But I'll go first. But I always seem to have backed us to win in recent times, and I don't think I can go against that again. I have to go. I have to be positive. I have to think that, you know what, we've shown we can match the teams that are worth way more than us, because we've got that togetherness, we've got that team spirit, we've got that hard-working attitude. You know, we've got that approach now where we go forward, we attack teams, we give them problems. You know, and we're at home. It's a derby. This game is set up to be a fantastic occasion live on Sky tomorrow lunchtime. I have to go with a 2-1 win for us. I just have a feeling we're going to win 2-1. I think it'll be very difficult to keep them out because they do score quite a bit. But I think that we're just going to get the edge. I'm going to go for Sorba Thomas to get a goal, and I think Bergzorg will get a goal. I think it's been looking like he's going to get on the score sheet. And yeah, Bergzorg. I just think Bergzorg's going to get a goal. And Sorba obviously returning after missing last week. I think he's playing well enough. You know, Sorba's going to do something. He's going to get an assist. He's going to score. You know, you feel confident in this type of player. He's in the form, the best form that we've seen for a long time. So yeah, Orist has gone for 2-1 town win. Nice, same as me then. Same as me. You agree? I would love to see Matos score tomorrow, but to be honest with you, I don't really care who scores as long as we win. But yeah, 2-1. Yeah, same prediction as you. Yeah, same prediction as you. Let me know your predictions, guys, in the chat if you want to get involved. But yeah, I just have a funny feeling we're going to do it tomorrow. It might come to backfire on me, and it might come back to haunt me saying this, and I'm not underestimating the opposition because I know how good they are, you know, but I just think we're at home. I keep going back to this home tab, but we are at home. The crowd will be buzzing. You know, it's practically a full house. It's more or less sold out, I've seen. we're ready. We're ready for the fight tomorrow. We're ready to get behind the lads. And I think if those, if we start the game really brightly as well, the atmosphere will obviously, really go even higher. The atmosphere, the noise will go even higher. Get a few challenges early on. Get in the face. Be aggressive. Look to, maybe create an early chance. Maybe that'll get the crowd going even more. So look, we have to take home advantage, and it's crucial that we do pick up points tomorrow, because it's we don't want to be in that relegation zone. Come tomorrow tea time when everybody else has played. We have to get a result. Miles is feeling confident. A 3-1 Town, nice one. So you're going for a few goals. You're going for another goal. You've gone for 3 goals for Town. It's nice prediction. Hopefully you're right. I'd love a 3-1 win. Aiden says Huddersfield 2, Scum 1. Bergzorg and Hellick. Hellick with a 90th minute win. I mean, is it just written in the script that that'll happen? But yeah, Hellick wants to be back. Yeah, I mean, it'd be scenes. To be fair, winning in that fashion, a last-minute winner or an injury time winner, that's just special, innit? It's the best way to win a match is by doing that. But yeah, I don't know if we want to leave it too late, but I suppose it doesn't really matter, really. If we get the winner in injury time, then we win. So for them, none to obviously, yeah. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. Like I say, I think it's going to be open. I think the only thing that I do have, if you just look at the kind of head-to-head with players on the pitch and things, or how the opposition will set up, they won't give us much space themselves. They won't give us time on the ball. We're going to have to be quick. We're going to have to play quickly. We're going to have to find space ourselves, because I think they are a very organised unit. The only thing is, though, is on the kind of flip side to that is if they do commit a few bodies forward, then will there be space to exploit with Sorber, obviously, and Karoma, and players like Matos he's really quick as well, isn't he? Radoni obviously is there. Bergzorg, as I said, obviously will be a bit higher up than the players that are looking to counter. But I think that, I think that it will be a game where we'll have I believe we'll have chances, because the way we play it does set us up to have chances. But I don't think we'll have as many chances as what we had obviously against Watford. To be honest, or maybe I might be wrong, but I just can't see it. I just think they are a very organised unit, whether I like it or not. They're going to look to, really exploit the lack of pace in our side at the back, especially. So, that's where positioning comes crucial for us. We can't afford to leave ourselves open, and also leave them with space to run in behind, because we really do have to be on it. And I'm not saying you can do that for 90 minutes, because it's difficult. They will have chances. Ultimately, they will get in behind sometimes, but we have to react to that. We have to try and get back. Obviously, midfield has to come and help out. Matos will be in there, and he'll come back into the defence and help out the defence. So yeah, it's going to be interesting how the game pans out, really, isn't it? It's but yeah, like I said, I think it's going to be a good game to watch for the neutral. I think it'll be end to end. They'll probably have quite a lot of the ball, but I think that we will have quite a bit of the ball as well. We just have to keep the ball, though, when we have it. We have to make sure we utilise that ball when we have it, ultimately. And yeah, set pieces. I think another thing that I forgot to mention last week as well, the thing that I mentioned last week is that set pieces last week were quite poor. The execution of the deliveries last week was very poor, and that has to improve, because, like I said, we will have a few set pieces, I'm sure, if the referee, of course, gives us things, because we know the referees don't like to give us anything, and if they do, it's a bit of a struggle for them to blow that whistle for us when it is obviously a foul, but they choose to ignore most of the things that should be fouls. But anyway, don't get me going about that, because we know that Leeds will have the favouritism of the referee, because that's what usually happens when you come up against a team, especially that are at the top and we're near the bottom. You know what's going to happen. They're going to get most of the most of the decisions. So yeah, that's. But we're no matter who we play, we're always against it out with the referees. So I don't know who the referee is tomorrow, but probably somebody that shouldn't be at this level. Put it that way. But yeah, or maybe it will be somebody that's quite good, but it'll just be biased towards Leeds. I don't know. Now let's go and get them. Oh yeah, I mean, we're coming for you. Yeah, we are. We're coming for you. The arch enemy, we're coming for you, and they best be ready for what they're about to get tomorrow. Set pieces will be, but yeah, they will be, and we have to make use of them as well. I think sometimes we played short last week as well. I think so. Just get the ball in the box. But yeah, I did say I was going to cover a few quotes from the press. I'm not going to do it all. But we're going to wrap up in the next 5 minutes. One of my favourite quotes that I've obviously heard in Andre's press conference, obviously he said, when you have a clear structure, when you have a good plan, when you have especially the intensity and mentality that we had in Watford, I think it's also a big chance for us in a home game to win against a big favourite. And I love this quote because I think listening to Andre is an absolute breath of fresh air, isn't it? Isn't it, Joe? I think we can all agree on that. It is just absolutely unbelievable. It's just I just found it fascinating to hear him speak. He speaks so much sense. He can tell you he knows what he's talking about. He's got so much knowledge on the game, and he says so. He's a character, loves a laugh and a joke, but also, he's I'm sure he's got a serious side to him as well in trading. But he strikes me as a head coach, manager, whatever you want to call him. As a manager that you'd run through brick walls for, you'd get on with it. He's easy to get along with. So I think that, listen, Andre, he's already made a lasting impression. Love hearing you speak, and I think that it's still early days, but I feel really positive and optimistic that he will bring this club success in the future. I've got no question about that. But yeah, like I said, we'll go into the game with a plan, a good plan, not just any plan, a good plan. The intensity, he always looks for the intensity, obviously, which is important. The mentality, we've seen the mentality switch in recent weeks, especially, since Worthington took over, and then obviously it's continued with Andre. We've seen the mentality switch, from negative to positive. The positive mentality makes a massive difference, of course it does. Obviously it acknowledges that they are the big favourites, but like I said, it doesn't really bother me. What else did he say? He said, we know that Leeds are certainly the favourites for this game. Oh my goodness, what's happening here? Glitching here. They have a team with high quality for sure, but we all know about this. But it is a derby. And in derbies, everything is possible. With the supporters behind our back, it is possible to win. We want to win. We believe in this, and we prepare everything for a win. I mean, look at that last line there, right? We want to win. We believe we can win. Again, fantastic. And prepare everything for a win, right? Isn't that music to our ears from what we've actually put up with in the past, for the majority of this season? This kind of language, this positivity, all about winning. That's what football's about, winning, yeah? And we're going to, and I just loved that ending to that quote that he said there with that, that winning mentality that the group ultimately have we don't prepare to draw. We prepare to win. We annoyed me that the press were more interested in the league rather than us. Yeah, I noticed that as well. They were asking about blooming Leeds players that far too often for my liking as well. So I was a bit annoyed about that too. It was as if there was only one team playing tomorrow. So yeah, I was getting a bit annoyed with that as well, to be honest with you. So yeah, I agree. He said, I don't know if it's a surprise when I speak about the favourite role, because Leeds were relegated last season and they have a transfer value of around 200 million, Huddersfield 30 million. That doesn't mean that they win 6-0, but for sure, we have David and we want to bring down Goliath. So yeah, like I say, he's right. Obviously, their squad is worth a lot, but that doesn't mean anything, you know, because we've been up against that for years and we've still succeeded with on a limited budget before. So there's nothing new really that in terms of the team that we're up against are worth more than us. It doesn't really matter, does it? Because we have other qualities that we bring to the table that other teams may not have. As I said, the team spirit, the togetherness within the group, you know, that's what we have. And, you know, that's what we use to our advantage and what we have used to our advantage in years gone by. We are professionals and we have really good players with high potential, and we saw it in Watford. They also have a team with more potential and budget, but we are better over the whole time, maybe except 10 minutes. Yeah, we're talking about Watford there. Yeah. So look. Also, so just a few last quotes before we finish. He knows that this is a derby which is very important for our supporters, the club, the players, for all the people in Yorkshire. He's experienced derbies in Germany, and yeah, obviously he acknowledges that he knows how much he means to the fans. We hope in our home game that our supporters are behind us from minute 1 to minute 96, that they will help the team over the whole time and push them to create chances, to score goals. And we need the 12th man on the pitch. Yeah, we've kind of covered that, haven't we? We know how vital the supporters will be tomorrow, and we have to be loud from no matter what happens. We have to keep, you know, backing the lads and keep helping them out. He praised obviously the atmosphere that was at Watford as well. He said he enjoyed it. The players, they play for things like this, to have a good atmosphere in the stadium, to feel emotions, to have visions and pictures in your head, to score goals. This is what we like, and this is why we decided to play football. Yeah, look, he's all about winning, and that is what we want. You know, that's what we want. You know, he's kind of spoken about, isn't he, where when you're growing up and obviously you want to be a footballer, it's about scoring goals. That's what football's about, and I think that's what he's referring to here. You know, it's about, that's why these players decide to play football, to score goals. You know, and yeah, he's absolutely spot on. Last quote now. He said, "We are David against Goliath, but it's always possible. We know about this and we believe in this. What we train and want to do, and I feel that the players are very motivated." So yeah, very, very nicely poised ahead of the game tomorrow indeed. Just to finish, a bit of a news bulletin. Obviously, Sorba Thomas did win the Blue and White Foundation Player of the Month award for February, which was fantastic to see. I think he deserved it for sure. I think what he's done is, you know, I think it was close really, to be fair, because obviously Brody Spencer had a good month. Matos has been good, and Radoni. So, yeah, like I say, I think obviously he played a big part in the 4-0 home win over Sheffield Wednesday. Set up the opener for Matty Pearson. Great corner from him there. And then in the Southampton game as well, repeated that in the next game. You know, brilliant. First ever away goal in town colours, opened the scoring, as we know. And he played well in our home win against Sunderland too. So yeah, for me, Sorba, well done to him, deserves it. And yeah, I can't argue with that. But yeah, of some news, obviously the club actually released a statement today. I'm sure everybody's maybe seen it, about the antisocial behaviour that's been occurring at John Smith's. Now, the statement reads as this. Ahead of our final 6 home games of the 23-24 season, Huddersfield Town needs to remind supporters that the club has a zero-tolerance attitude towards antisocial behaviour at the John Smith Stadium. Although the conduct and support of the vast majority of the attendees remain exemplary on home match days, the club has received reports of unacceptable behaviour from recent fixtures that it must address. In particular, there's been a recent increase in the frequency of stadium property being damaged or broken beyond repair at games, in particular seats in home areas. There is also an issue with supporters surging in large groups during times of excitement, which has resulted in injuries to home fans at recent matches. The club wants every Huddersfield Town supporter to love coming to the John Smith Stadium on match days. Your vocal support of the team is vital as we reach a crucial stage of the season under our new head coach, Andre Brighton-Writer. We need every single one of you. Behaviour that detracts from the rightly outstanding reputation that Huddersfield Town fans have earned over many years cannot and will not be tolerated. We want to ensure everyone continues to love coming to the ground, and we won't accept behaviour from small pockets of people that damages this. Anyone found engaging in antisocial behaviour, not limited to but including the issues listed above, will face the necessary disciplinary action. If it does continue, we will have to take stronger measures moving forward, with no solution off the table. Thank you to everyone who continues to respect their fellow supporters, town supporters at the John Smith Stadium, and thank you in advance for the support we know you will give the players in Saturday's West Yorkshire derby against Leeds United. So yeah, I think for me this day, I think it was really, I hate to see stuff like this, mate. Because I think, we've seen it in football. Football fans seem to think that when they enter a stadium, they can act like absolute idiots, right? And they can act like they want, act like children, yeah, and get away with anything, and just act totally irresponsible. And the fact that there's been seats being damaged, things like this, it's just not acceptable. And I think it's really disappointing to see this statement. So it's good that the club have took that stance to actually release this and actually make their message clear about this. But yeah, it's not something that we want to see, really, is it? We don't want to see our brand, our football club, being associated with antisocial behaviour. Because, like I said, we have built our reputation up to to be a very good one over the years with how we've how we've gone about things in the past. So let's not ruin that. So let's just just get rid of all that, and let's just support the team and think of everybody around us as well in the stadium too. But yeah, that's kind of the statement that was released this afternoon. And as Miles says, yeah, I was just about to mention this. You've beaten to it. The North Stand has been refurbished and now renamed Terriers Together. Yes, it has. And of course, I've always called this stand, obviously behind the goal, as the Fantastic Media Stand. I've always known it as that. Obviously, I know it's been named Panasonic as well and things like that. But obviously, I've always known it as the Fantastic Media Stand. It was the Big Red Stand as well. Most recently, before this name change. Yeah, I like this name, obviously, Terriers Together stand. Obviously, it kind of is named after, obviously, the equality, diversity, inclusion work the club do and pride themselves on. And yeah, it's really good. I like it. I like the name. But I don't know, whenever I look at that stand, I always think, oh, it's the Fantastic Media Stand. I've always done that when I've obviously when you look at that stand, you just instantly think, oh yeah. But yeah, that's it really. Obviously, that's the new stadium name, not new stadium, the new stand name. But yeah, that's it, guys. That's it. I don't want to obviously have been over an hour. I like to keep these to an hour, but I always seem to go over a bit, unfortunately. But it is just over an hour, so we're going to wrap up. Thank you all for your contributions tonight. I really appreciate your company. Yeah, like I said, massive game this weekend. Let's hope we can have a happy weekend because if we don't get a result tomorrow, we know that our weekend is ruined, and we don't want to be. Well, we certainly, first of all, we don't want to be coming away from that stadium tomorrow with regrets. We don't want to be coming away with, we could have done more in that match. I'm sure we won't, because I think that, you know, I just expect to see what we've seen in recent weeks, to be fair, more of the same. So I don't think I'll come away with that. But I don't want to be coming away after a loss. We have to make sure that we don't lose this, and just give it absolutely everything. And yeah, but yeah, derby days, you can't beat them. And let's see if we can get some revenge on them tomorrow and get some pride, restore some pride after the absolute embarrassment early on in the season at their place. So yeah, I hope you all have a good weekend anyway. Like I say, thank you for watching. Please do drop a like, subscribe. If you're watching this on playback, comment your thoughts on the game, your score predictions, anything you want to put. Feel free to comment your thoughts. And yeah, that's it. So have a good weekend. Have a good weekend. Hopefully, fingers crossed for the win tomorrow. We'll be very happy with that. Yeah, enjoy. Take care. Stay safe. And Aiden says, great live stream, mate, with the talent. And Andre Brighton on his bar, mate. Blue and white forever. Let's make it our weekend in West Yorkshire. Let's get the best of these scumbags, you know, and let's make it uncomfortable for them. Let's give it our best, and let's see a few more goals, and let's celebrate, and let's have a good weekend. But anyway, we'll just have to see. But yeah, big up to everyone that's tuned in. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you on the next one, which should be Monday night. I'm not sure how I'm going to work it. Obviously, there's a game midweek as well, so I might do a poll actually on my Instagram whether I should do the review show to this game and the preview to the Cardiff game, or if you want to do them separately, I'm happy to do that, because obviously I don't want to make the shows too long. So we'll just have to see. But yeah, I'll be back very, very soon anyway. But yeah, have a good weekend. Like I said, take care, stay safe. And as always, up the town, Andre Brighton Writers, Barmy Army. Let's make West Yorkshire blue and white this weekend. Come on, town, let's go. Good night, and I'll see you all very, very soon.